The show, the Chairman Emeritus of House Homeland Security. He is Congressman Michael McCaul. Congressman, it's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you, Liz. Thanks for having me.
Congressman, Tennessee is now in shock. Faith leader Reverend Dr. Artura Eason Williams shot dead outside her home in Memphis, a carjacking. Dr. Williams was a revered and much-loved leader of the United Methodist Church. She now leaves behind 4 children and her husband. This is a disgrace. Your reaction?
Well, it is a disgrace, and it's really an epidemic on the nation. I think the liberal Democrats' agenda of defunding the police, and not just that, but prosecuting police officers as the priority rather than prosecuting criminals. And you saw that in San Francisco, where there's a referendum on the DA to recall the DA, Los Angeles. And in my hometown of Austin, Texas, I have a district attorney that took administrative cases that had been closed and threw them into the grand jury and indicted 19 Austin police officers, while at the same time city council defunds the Austin police by $1 million. And guess what, Liz? The crime rate's going up.
Yeah, what do they expect? I mean, Congressman, let's show this video coming in. Downtown Greenwich, Connecticut. A woman robbed in broad daylight. Law enforcement increasingly warning about robberies in broad daylight. Also this, we're going to show it again. A policeman on horseback. He chases a thief in Times Square. So we're seeing this happening, like stories like this keep coming in. And that, by the way, that thief in Greenwich got away. And Congressman, we also have this. Today, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, he's blasting the revolving door treatment of the city's criminals. By the way, that thief in Times Square was caught. Let's listen to this.
Taking too long to sentence dangerous people. While they're on our streets, they continue to commit crimes. We continue to have this catch, release, repeat mindset. We got to get that under control.
His own DA is doing catch and release, so it's happening at the border. What was your response when you heard this?
Look, I've been dealing with this issue for a long time. I was a federal prosecutor. We don't need social workers as district attorneys, or for that matter, U.S. attorneys. You need real prosecutors that put people in jail behind bars. You know, the broken windows program that Mayor Giuliani implemented in New York was very successful because it got to, the small crimes lead to the larger crimes. And that's why New York became a safer city. Now they're going back to where they were before. Then, as you mentioned, Liz, couple that with a wide open border. Over 3 million people now encountered at the border, not to mention 56 of them on the terror watch list. This is a prescription for a disaster, and it will have an impact in the midterm elections.
Yeah, I mean, it's pushing at the border. It's the size of New Mexico annualized. Okay, all this mayhem, right? And, let's watch Ann Dorn. She's the widow of Captain David Dorn, who was murdered in the 2020 riots. Congressman, I like your response to this on Tucker Carlson. Watch.
Black Lives Matter called for the death of police, and nobody's done anything about it. It's the woke community that is funding them, not only just these corporations, but celebrities and athletes across the country, just blindly funding this misguided agenda. They were burning down cities, and they were calling it peaceful protests. Police seem to be the easy target, and nobody's standing up for their rights.
Congressman, your final word?
Yeah, I would say, look, if we're prosecuting and suing police officers, you're not going to have people signing up to be a police officer. And this has had an impact on readiness and their ability to attack the threat when it does occur. But also, I agree with the comment that it's totally misguided policy, and it's a very dangerous one when you don't have public safety.
That's it. Congressman McCaul, thanks for joining us. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Liz. Appreciate it.
Okay, good. Speaker Pelosi doubles down.